Morning, everybody. Kendal here. Doing my morning drive with my kiddos. Well, my kid and stuff. After a lovely, lovely night at a very elite showing of David Yarrow's work. Anybody who knows David Yarrow knows the brilliant photographer artist that he is. Got to go to a elite show last night of his, and where he spoke, and then have a semi-intimate dinner and drinks with him. And just in the conversations around the table and at the meeting, I gathered content for today's Conscious Coffee and article stuff that will be coming out most likely. So, well, obviously Conscious Coffee is coming out because here we are, right? We're conscious coffeeing it, sort of, kind of, this morning. But there was so much conversation around happiness. There were some sexy conversations, of course. We have to have some fun there, but the conversations around the table with David and everybody, and just the other people that I was talking to, really came about happiness, purpose, bigger picture thinking. And as I sat there listening, watching David's show on how he creates some of the amazing, brilliant photographs that he does, and I encourage anybody, if you don't know who I'm talking about, go research him, because you will be blown away at this man's incredible work. But as he was showing this one piece, because he's raising money right now for lions in Africa, and he actually just came back from Kenya, where they built a pride rock, and they got a hold of a lion and they got him up on the rock, and they did this whole beautiful sunrise picture of this lion on Pride Rock to raise money for lions, because lions are the ones that are the most in danger outside of even elephants and rhinos and all these different things that we hear about because of population growth. I was shocked. He gave the statistic that Kenya grows at about 3,000 people a day. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I know I got people that watch me sometimes and they get irritated that I don't have the exact numbers on statistics or make these things. I was just watching a presentation by David Yarrow, and I believe, if I got it correct, that Kenya grows by about 3,000 people per day, which is an astronomical amount of growth. And what that does is that, destroys the land for the natural habitat for these large animals such as the lion and everything. But the reason why I'm telling you that is not to say anything about conservation here or anything, although I do believe in conservation, but to bring about the concept of bigger picture thinking. The one thing that I definitely got in my conversations with him, and just the witnessing of his presentation and his magical, beautiful work on top of that, is that there's so much more to the picture than just an amazing photograph. There is this bigger concept, this bigger idea, a mission behind the photography. It is not just his passion, and as he said, that he is one of amongst the blessed out there that get to do his passion every single day and get paid well for it. And I think that is a dream for a lot of people. But there are those people, and I had a conversation with a man last night who looked at me with his big smiling eyes, and he looks at me and goes, "Kendal, do I have to have a passion? Do I have to have purpose? Like, does that really matter? Maybe, I've got the wife, I've got the kids, I've got the car, I got the, the snazzy car, I got the amazing house, I travel, I make good money. Is there really anything more to life than that? Do I have to want for more? Do I have to desire?" And told him yes. I said, yeah, you do. You do. Because he also, in that same statement, told me very directly that he has just accepted that he's not ever going to be happy and that that's okay. And my answer to him was, you need purpose. You need to have a passion. Not an hour and a half later, I found myself sitting shoulder to shoulder with David Yarrow, and where he is consistently living his passion, living his purpose, and having his eye on a bigger picture of thinking of what he is doing in this world, gifting the world with more than just photography. I think that it is such drastic differences between these two gentlemen, both intelligent, both successful, but one is dedicated to his unhappiness and one is dedicated to his passion and his purpose. And from what I could gather, seemed like a very, it had this very steady energy to him. And normally steadiness comes from the ability to step into flow and understand that how we perceive what is going on in our lives, whether we perceive it good or bad, that it really just is. And we're the ones who make the big deal out of the good, the bad. We're the ones who are the creators of the chaos. We are the ones who get caught up in the negativity and in the cycling of that negativity. We can have a very Zen-based life when we allow ourselves to be in flow, and when we give ourselves over to something more than just the family, the car, the house, the bank account, because all of that is superficial. It's all stuff that can so easily be gone and never really fully satisfies us at a deep level. Later in the evening, I was talking to the same gentleman who is committed to being unhappy, and he was asking me more questions, and I was setting out challenges to him, because I was just like, no, we are never, he's like, well, I just need to learn to just be happy with this, and I'm never going to be satisfied, but I want satisfaction, and I would like to have that satisfaction. So how do I get just to that point of done? I believe last week it was that I was talking on this very topic of there's no such thing as done. And that's what I challenged him with. I was like, I challenge you to actually really ask yourself, do you really think that there's a point of done? Do you really think that you can ever be fully satisfied in your life? Or would being fully satisfied, not wanting, not desiring, is that what makes happiness? In my mind, from the lessons that this life has so far taught me, and from teachings of many, many great educators out there of all different fields, the answer consistently comes back to no. To be satisfied does not, if we were to take away all of our desire, all of our wants, that would not equate to happiness. That would not make us feel as though we're good. We are born with desire, and desire is something that we should basically, get to the end of our days and still have a hunger, still desire for this thing that we call life, for the moments, for the experiences, for the connections. Desiring satisfaction in the moment, yes, you can have it right now, in this moment, in this present moment. You can be satisfied with the life that you have, with the people that you have in your life, with the well-being of your body, with the joy, with the blessings that you have. You can be satisfied, and you should be satisfied with everything that you have been given so far, that you have called in, no matter how you might be perceiving it. But to be satisfied with it and to know that it just is perfect in this moment. And at the same time, realize that if you're not hungering for something, if you're not desiring more greatness in your life, if you're not desiring more depth, if you're just kind of like this man, just, you know, going to brainwash yourself into the acceptance of it's okay to not be happy. I'm gonna just resign myself to unhappiness. Then what is this life for? You know, like, what truly are you doing? Why should that be? How can that be living? I guess would be the best question. How is that living? To resign yourself to unhappiness. That doesn't even sound, I guess it could be considered existing. It could be considered existing, although I think that is just a non-acceptance of the inner worlds, a non-acceptance of what your heart and your soul is probably screaming at you in so many different ways. And all the lack of happiness, no matter how much you might accept it, is actually speaking to you and saying, no, you don't have to. These are the lessons of what you don't want. You are the creator of your life. You can live a magical life, a purposeful life, that you have greatness inside of you. Each one of us has a beautiful talent. Each one of us has a magnificent heart, a brilliant mind. It's just a matter of if we choose to use those gifts or not. A matter of if we choose to really step into our truth or not. A matter of if we're willing to meet ourselves at every level. And that means the acceptance, the meeting, and even the loving of our darkness, of our light, of our lostness, our dissatisfaction and our satisfaction, to really truly fall in love with every little nook and cranny of ourselves, and to really just be in who we are. I ask you today to ask yourself, how much on purpose are you? Are you really truly stepping into who you know you are at your core? Can you say that you have passion and desire, and that you feel something, whether you know what it is or not? I think is beside the question. It's just, can you feel a tug? Can you feel a nudge that there's something more to you, something more to your life, to your path, that you're ignoring, or you're masking, or you're trying to copy the world or what you think you should do? Or are you really truly being you? Are you really truly stepping into who you are? Anybody who takes on the challenge of going and exploring David's work, you'll see that he really is one of a kind. He does phenomenal work. He has a very unique perspective on this world and on what he is bringing to the world. His pieces are some of the most phenomenal in the world. He's renowned all over. And it is that uniqueness that we each can bring to the table. He's choosing to bring it like that. And thank God he is, because it's amazing work. But we each have something that we can bring in our own unique fashion forward in our lives. Steps that we can take. If we are looking to appease or do what is in whatever we deem normalcy that will fit in to the crowd, then we are stepping away from ourselves. We are stepping away from our power, our truth, our purpose, our passions. And when we really step away from all of that, we do lose, much like this other gentleman who, do I need to have passion? Do I need to have purpose? He doesn't know who he is. I don't care how amazing he is. I don't care how much success he might have. That man did not know who he was. And if you actually watch this live, if that guy watches this live, welcome to my world. I will throw you under a bus on Conscious Coffee. But no, when we don't know who we are, and when we're just accepting of our unhappiness, and we're accepting or self-defeating in some fashion or form, We don't feel the nudges. We don't feel the pulls. We don't have the desire. We don't have that there's something more. We have an emptiness, a void in that version of ourselves that we're putting out there to the world, because we're surface with ourselves. If you want satisfaction, if you want to really feel that hunger and be able to attain it consistently, because to feel the hunger is one thing, but to be able to move into spaces where you are open to receiving and getting fed all the beauty that your life has to bring to you, that requires you to stop being so fucking surface level with yourself, to stop being so scared of the closets that you think you got inside yourself, and the skeletons, the doubt, the fear, all of that stuff, and to actually just open your eyes to your own magic, open your eyes to who you really are, and go deep. You've got to go deep with inside yourself if you ever want to feel fulfillment, if you ever want to feel true happiness, true connection, true love, passion, all the things that we want in our lives. And so many people are searching for. And so many people say, I'm lost. I'm so lost. Yeah, you're lost because you won't go deep with yourself. You won't become intimate with the person that you need to become intimate with. And that's you. That is truly you. You're buying into the facade, the mirage of this world and the illusions that it's painting to you, that it's telling you that you should have and that you should do. And if you're not careful, you can end up like this one gentleman, where you're like, yeah, I got the family, I got the success, I got the money in the bank, I got the house, I got the snazzy car, I've traveled around. Do I really need anything more? Is there anything more? This is it. There is no richness to life for us when we have that mentality. And if you want that richness, go deep. Go deep. Go deep or go home. It was an amazing night. Amazing, amazing night. I'm sure that I will be processing all the lessons that I got from the night. Beautiful souls, beautiful contacts. Very, very blessed to have been invited to this special occasion. The meeting of David, the meeting of some other beautiful souls from all over the world. It was a very blessed, amazing experience. So if you are in the Dallas, Fort Worth area, I encourage you to get into Dallas and to go to his show down in Dallas and experience some of his work. I believe that he is actually having I believe that he is at the gallery on Saturday and everything, and I know that he is putting some of the funds of any sales and everything towards this mission to help raise money for the Lions. So I will make sure to post on my personal profile the link to the event on Saturday as well. So I'm making note on that right here, so that somebody will tell me, hey, Kendal, you didn't do that yet in my chaos today. And I encourage you to go deep with yourself. As always, if I've said anything in this Conscious Coffee that has made you have an aha moment, got you to shake your head, where you connected, where you thought of somebody, please hit the share button. Help me get Conscious Coffees out there. I love you guys for your support, for your loves, your likes, your comments, and of course your shares, because you help get me out there that way. And as always, stop existing, start living. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, in group coaching, or in anything that I might have available, please message me in the comments or private message me so that I can get back to you. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee.